Hello everybody, welcome to Amber's Place. Tonight I'm going to be doing a short tarot card reading for the Flame community, which I'm a member of. The Flame community, if you don't know, is a community of like-minded people, an international community. It utilizes a free communications app or website, it's both, called Discord. And the area within that we use is called, we have named Flame. And the like-mindedness is centered on, you might call, spiritual development in its various forms. So tonight is a quick tarot reading for the Flame community, aimed at targeting this coming week between the 8th and the 14th of October 2018. Please, while you're here, if you like the video, remember to like, share and subscribe. I apologize, I've not done much on YouTube at all for a little while. I've been very busy with other things. Okay, so I'm going to start off with drawing a oracle card. This is from the Messenger Oracle deck by Raveen Phelan. So we'll see what comes out. Okay, we have, you might not be able to read the writing, but it actually says, we are all connected. And there was actually two, so I'll do this one as well, which is this one, which is share your thoughts. So we are all connected and share your thoughts. Let me just read those. So the we are all connected oracle card. I'm sorry for the there we go, a bit of a mess there. I'm actually sorting out some clutter and getting rid of some. Okay, we are all connected. We are dependent upon others for life. If we destroy the very things upon which we depend, we too shall perish. We are all connected. We are all one. Do harm to the natural world and you do harm to yourself. You are more than just a part of the human race. You are a child of Gaia. You are brother and sister to all life and living things. Love them as you love yourself. Sustain them as you sustain yourself. We then have share your thoughts. You have hopes, dreams, goals, and ideas. Do not guard your ideas jealously, nor keep them locked within for fear that another may steal them, or offer ridicule instead of support. It is time to share your vision. Tell Great Spirit and Gaia of your dreams and hopes, so they may send you what you need. Speak of your dreams to others. Connect with those who share your goals and hopes, for they may be able to help you realize your dreams sooner. Okay. So that's the overarching things to keep in mind for this week, for if you're a member of the Flame community. If you're not a member of the Flame community but you would like to be, you can email me. My email address is in the About page on a YouTube channel. You can leave a comment asking for an invite, or like I said, email me and ask for an invite. It's an open community. All are welcome. It's run by the community. So send me an email and I'll send you an invite. Let's mix the cards up. Normally get about 3 cards for a week, but sometimes 4. but it really does all depend on what comes out. I'm also offering 3 Beyond Quantum Healing sessions. So if anyone would be interested in having a session, I suggest you email me. Go to the About page. My email address is there. Give me some information about yourself, why you want a session, and I will get back to you. These will be online sessions, not in person. If you don't know much about quantum healing, just go on to quantumhealers.com, I think the website is, or put quantum healing onto YouTube, watch some sessions, find out a bit more about it. I was recently talking about it on Michelle's Opinions channel, YouTube channel, so you can watch my talk on there about it. Just wait for one more to come out. We actually have 2 that have come out. Okay. So we have 4 cards. Possibly 5 now. This one was left on the table. Okay, so the first one we have is the 4 of Air reversed. Then we have the 6 of Earth. We have 9 of Water, 7 of Water, and this card, which is the Emotions and Intellect card, a Water card, reversed. So I shall read them in order of how they fell out. So the 4 of Air, which is reversed. Okay, this card is all about negative influences and distractions. These can be people, they can be activities, they can be anything really. This card is all a bit of a cautionary card about focusing your intent and being careful that you're not going to be distracted this week by negative influences that are going to detract your attention away from the areas of life that you want to be focusing on. It does go into a little detail about if this is a friend. So be wary of those around you who work to undermine your confidence, who work to chip away at your aspirations, at your dreams, who are constantly questioning you or implying that you may be going in the wrong direction, or you may not have the skills, or it might not be the right time. just be a bit wary of that. And if somebody is like that with you, then the advice of the card is to confront them about it, not in a challenging way, but just to say you appreciate their support, but what they're doing is undermining your confidence or whatever it is, and would they mind please stopping doing that, because you are determined to follow this course. If they refuse to do if they refuse to do that, then the card suggests you need to question whether they really are a friend. The next card we have is the Six of Earth. I'm going to try and do these every Sunday, by the way, from now on. Okay, the Six of Earth. This is about responsibilities and duties to family. Now, family doesn't necessarily mean a blood family, remember. It's about leading by example, a time of sharing, learning about nature. It suggests that there are important matters that may need attention at this time. It's about protecting Gaia and all who are a part of her. That includes humans as well as animals and plants, etc. And it's about being sure that you're helping people for the right reasons. Now, that is part of the reversed meaning, so it doesn't really apply to this one. So what this card is saying is that we all have a duty to our family. Now, this can mean a blood family, a genetic family, and that you can look at that at varying scales to include your immediate close family in your home to all of humanity. You can also extend that to think of all of the mammals or all of the animals, all of the living organisms on Gaia and Gaia herself. This card reminds us that it's important to lead by example. It's important to practice what you preach. We should all bear that in mind. Often we will come out with great ideas, but then not be following those ideas ourselves. Often we are presented with people in our lives that are mirrors for us, that we may see behaviors that we feel that they should change. We don't realize we're doing those same behaviors ourselves. There are many different examples of that, and it all boils down to leading by example. Now, none of us are perfect, and it's not about having an expectation of perfection. It's about keeping that ideal in your mind at all times, or as often as you can. It's something that we should all try to our utmost to do. As this reading is all about the flame, then I would suggest that both these cards so far are, one is a caution against negative influences and people or distractions from your focus. The other is about leading by example and commitment and duty to family, and the flame is a family, so bear that in mind. The next card, we have another water card, an emotions card, which is the Nine of Water. Okay, so this card suggests that this week there's going to be instances where emotions may run high for some people and members of the community. This card is a reminder that to remember that our emotions are often based on past events. that we react in an emotional way to a current event because we're reacting in a similar emotional way to a similar past event, or that past events are affecting how we react, how we act towards situations currently. This card's advice is that this is an ideal week, if that is you, to shine a light upon that emotional pain. This card talks about opening your heart, about opening up and sharing how you're feeling. This is really important because repressing emotions are as damaging as over-expressing them. It's important to express them mindfully, so with a view to discovering the root cause of that emotional pain so that it can finally be healed and set aside. If you hide your emotions, that's never going to happen. The Flame is a community. It's a safe community. It's a place where you can do that, and there are community members who will be willing and able to support you through that process. Just be mindful of how you express your emotions. Try to do so calmly. Try to do so without letting your emotions drive your actions. The next card is another emotions card, which is the Seven of Water. Okay, all right, this card is all about surrendering to the flow of life. It's about understanding that events happen because they are meant to happen, that life will bring you what you need, not necessarily what you want. Even when things may not go as expected or as desired, have faith that that is the correct course at this time. Trust in yourself, your soul, your higher self, source, creator, God, your guides, whatever scale and terminology you wish to apply. Trust that things are happening because they are meant to happen in this way. Remember to heed the messages that we all get all around us. Through every means you can imagine, we are given signposts and messages to help us ease us through the easiest path through life, the flow of water, the path of least resistance. Try to be flexible, and this card cautions against the illusion of control. None of us control our lives. None of us are in full control of events. None of us are in full control of anything. Trying to be in control is an illusion. If you are the kind of person who feels they need to be in control of as much as possible, then question why. And remember, there are many different forms of controlling, of being in control. Let me rephrase that. There are many different methods that people utilize to control their lives. That can lead to attempts to control others, and that can be done in a variety of ways. Most often it's not obvious, it's not always easy to spot, but trust your intuition, trust your heart. If your heart is giving you warnings or signs that something isn't quite right here, then take a step back and really reflect. Are you being manipulated? Are you being controlled emotionally? Are you is another person being honest? Is another person manipulating you but from the heart for what they believe to be a good reason? There are many different ways that people do this, so just be aware and trust your gut and your intuition. and heed the messages around you. And remember, it may not be others that are doing such behaviour. We all have tendencies to try and control people in situations in one way or another at one time or another. So it could be you. Okay. The last card is a reverse card, the Emotions and Intellect reversed. Now this one didn't come out in the main spread, but when I picked the remainder of the pack off the table, it was left in the bottom. So I'm reading this one out, but bear in mind it didn't come out in the main spread, but there's a reason it was left on the table. So it's a reverse card, and the reverse meaning of this card is simply about an imbalance, and this will be an imbalance between our emotion and intellect, which some would call that an imbalance between left brain and right brain, between logic and the words gone from my head. I'll go back from left brain and right brain. This card talks about emotional disharmony, a potential imbalance between love and fear. Ask the question, is fear the more dominant force in a situation? I would ask the question, is love the more dominant force in a situation? There should be a balance between both, between everything. Again, this is a card that talks about unvoiced emotions and suggests they need to be expressed. So again, mentions what I've mentioned before, suppressed emotions create disease. It's unhealthy to suppress or repress your emotions. It talks about being mindful in expressing your emotions. It says seek a productive means of emotional release. And like I said, be proactive and mindful of your emotions. So, okay, so this whole card, because it's blocked, it does suggest that there is an imbalance within the community or some members of the community. Perhaps some members feel unable to express their emotions. Perhaps they feel they won't be respected. Perhaps you are a person who normally finds it hard to express your emotions. Perhaps you fear expressing your emotions for a variety of different reasons. For whatever the reason may be, if you are feeling that you have heightened emotions and you're concerned about expressing them, as long as you do so in a mindful way and not in a destructive way, then these cards are suggesting that this is going to be a good week to do that within the community. Most of the community members have people they feel they can go to who they can trust with their emotions. Okay, so that's the end of the reading. I hope this is helpful. Like I suggested before, if you want to be a member of the community, just email me or leave a comment. I will put an invite to the Flame server on Discord in the video description as well, but that may not be done for a day or two. And if you like this video, please remember to like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys next Sunday if I don't see you in Flame before.